Welcome back, Big Blue Lifers podcast. I'm Mr. U. That's Jess. We're back in the house talking all things New York Football Giants. Brother, how's it going, man?
It's going all right. How about yourself?
Not too bad. This is the longest day I've had in about 3 weeks. So this is the last thing on the plate, but it's all good. We're going to end on a good note, hopefully. We're talking about the Giants, so hey. That's the plan, man. I'm personally excited. We'll get into why in a little bit, but I'm excited about what I'm seeing so far. Hopefully you feel the same. Some of my friends out here, especially in the Twitterverse, are super amped. They're getting renewed excitement and expectation. We'll see how that goes, but that's where we are right now, man. But what's on the docket for us, man, today? Where we starting off, brother? What's on your mind about the Giants today?
Well, I know you said you wanted to end on a positive note, but I do think we have to start with the news of the day, and that is Malik Neighbors leaving practice early with an apparent shoulder injury. Now, all reports that I'm seeing, it's not something that they're really all that concerned about. Seems like he just got banged up, iced it. They got a rest day and a light day tomorrow, so the next time we're really going to be seeing him and expecting him to, hey, is this something that's going to linger? Is this something we should be concerned about? That won't be until Thursday. Okay. So that is, I think we have to start with that. I haven't seen any updates like, hey, it's been diagnosed as a bruised shoulder. He'll be out a few days, nothing like that I've seen has come out. So I feel like for the listeners, let's put this out here on the docket. Just here it goes. This is it. First thing on the agenda.
Yeah.
I don't have too much to say on it other than that. I don't think Neighbors is going to be an injury-prone player. He had the concussion. He's got this weird toe thing. But other than that, hopefully this is just he did a crack block and a run play, I think it was, and just got a little messed up there, and let's just put him in bubble wrap, and
oh boy,
until that first preseason game against Buffalo, he'll be in with the starters. Then we take him all out. He doesn't have to play anymore in the preseason.
That's fair. I don't think I'm concerned about it from what I've read myself. I think the thing I've always talked about, and I've been pretty consistent with that because I watched the last 2-3 years, been concerned about the depth situation. And I'm like, if you get a chance to help that situation, you want to do it. There might be some good news on the horizon. We'll come to that at some point during the episode, but I gotta add to what you already started. It's not a snowball, but it's not far from it. Wandale got hurt in practice as well. Yeah. So I'm sitting here like, oh boy. Okay, so
Hyatt's in now too.
We appear to be having a trend. And you said Hyatt's a no-show. Okay, right. He's not hurt, but I probably can tell you why he probably should be a no-show, and that's the same reason why I'm excited about the wide receiver core. Even though two of our guys have what looks like minor injuries, so we'll see how that turns out. We got to watch it. When guys fall down and get hurt and stuff, I don't stress out. I know social media is going crazy right now. They're already canceling the season. I know the Vikings team, they already canceled their whole season because Jefferson got hurt and they think it's over already. I'm like, wow, I'm not that kind of fan. Somebody got hurt in training camp. I'm not ready to cancel the whole 18-game season because somebody got hurt in training camp. I'm not that kind of fan. Give me more time to be discouraged. I'm not ready to go there just yet.
Depends on the kind of injury. Thankfully, for Neighbors, for Wandale, for Hyatt, it all seems to be kind of, ticky-tack. Going to be out a few days, not major concern. Ticky-tack feels like way too minor of a way of putting it. Like, I'm not. Like
I get what you're saying.
They took serious hits. They want to be extra cautious with these guys. So
nothing wrong with that. It's training camp.
It's not a broken bone. It's nothing that's going to keep him out for weeks to months at a time. it's not an 18-game injury. So, you know, I think we can all take a bit of a breather.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the initiative and do that. I don't need the stress. I'm gonna go ahead and just take the initiative. Okay, a couple of the guys on the wide receiver core got banged up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You fall down on the ground, it's not going to tickle. So I'm just like, okay, let's just let's see how it progresses as we finish up camp, because we're not there yet, and we're very, very far away from some other things that are NFL moves, like the end of August and the 53 and the cut to 53. So let's just see what happens. No worries on this one. We can move forward, man. But your boy Dart's looking better every single day.
Yeah.
I love that. That was a professional ball to Lil Jordan. I loved it. The placement was perfect. Lil Jordan responded the way he should have. I do have one small concern about that, but I could be nitpicking. But the pass itself was fantastic. Lil Jordan, I mean, he made the right play, touchdown pass. It was a dart from Dart. So I love it. I wasn't scared when he had that rough day. I mean, he's a rookie.
Yeah.
I don't know why we ready to jump off buildings, because he's a rookie. We went back into the first round to pick him up, but he's still, and until next year, he will always be a rookie. I expected when he does rookie things. On top of that, we're in training camp. You may not even see him for the entire season if all goes well. So it's like, come on. So I'm not stressing. I love what I saw. The little things I saw, the recognition, the timing, him getting the ball out of his hands quickly, which is something I know Dayball is preaching. I like what I saw. You were encouraged as well?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, those first few days, the big issue was that he was just holding on to the ball. Plenty of other content creators have talked about this, but like in 7-on-7s, this guy was holding on to it. Didn't seem like he wanted to throw anything risky. Didn't want to make mistakes. He's got, and it seems like something just clicked. I think it was on Sunday.
Okay.
He had that like 11 of 13 and a touchdown or 2 touchdowns or something in the 11-on-11 drills. And it was because he was getting the ball out quickly. He was making the right reads. He was, he just looked more comfortable. And again, it's against the second unit. But at the end of the day, that's what you want to see from, like you said, a rookie. And Jackson Dart was not drafted number 1 overall, expecting to play right away. Like you said, best case scenario, he doesn't see the field until week 18 when we're resting our starters because we have a playoff spot locked up. Like, for as unrealistic as it is, that is the absolute best case scenario for Jackson Dart seeing the field at all this year.
Oh, that's for sure. That's just Giants fans for you, man. That's just us, man. We just seem to just take the extreme.
My main, issue is I've heard some talk on national media, right before training camp started. Some people were talking about Dable named Russ the starter. Why did he do that? As if it's like a real question. Who
would you have preferred he named?
Well, they thought a bunch of people thought it was going to be like an actual QB battle between Russ and Jameis.
They weren't listening to the news at all then during this time. That nobody ever thought that. Even Jameis himself didn't think that when he came in. He got more of a contract than Wilson does. As far as years go, even he didn't think that. Why do we think that now? I'm sorry. Help me understand.
I don't know. Ask guys like on ESPN and Fox.
Those guys are idiots. And I'm not saying that we know more than them. I'm just saying their reputation precedes them. Let's just put it like that.
I do think when it comes to the Giants, we know more than them. The Giants, they know nothing about the Giants outside of just gonna give this as a win to Philly. When we're doing our national schedule prediction things.
Oh, brother!
I don't know if you saw this.
I did not see it already.
Some guy on TikTok, our buddy, shout out Sneaky G Man. We wound up reposting and commenting on it. That's how I saw this. Guys actually went out there and was like, okay, the Giants are going 0-17. And went through every single week, said we're not winning a darn game. So, if we are like 0-8, 0-9, screw it, man. Put Dart in, put Jameson. I don't know. But again,
Okay.
a guy like Dart, he's going to sit. He's going to learn. And hopefully this time next year, we're talking about Dart taking reps with the ones, and we are, off to the races. But that is not what this year is about. So
I didn't see that. Kind of glad with the week that I had ending mid last week up to now. It's probably a good thing I didn't see that. But okay, let's embrace what I think is a very idiotic scenario that we don't win any games going into week 10. Let's just say that happens. Tell me, make an argument for why I'm putting Dart in there. Why would I do that? If we're 0-9 going into week 10, explain to me why I would put our first round quarterback in there for what purpose? So he can get smashed. Morale's already down. O-line hanging their head. You'll put your guy back there, your future back there to get. Why would I do that? If it's that bad and it's quote unquote Wilson's fault, which I don't. I think he's a better quarterback than people give him credit for. I respect his pedigree. But if he's to blame for 0-9 season, 0-9 first half, theoretically, I guess it's around first half, then your butt's staying out there until week 18. I'm not putting Dart. I'm not even putting Jameson in unless I just need to give Wilson a spam. I'm not putting Dart out there at all. Why would I do that? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Why would I do that? To what benefit is that for us? That's dumb. I'm not going to do that. Can we keep moving? That's just flat out dumb.
Yeah,
Can we keep on moving?
Yeah,
okay.
Well, in more positive stuff.
Wait. We talking about the wide receivers yet?
No. We're gonna talk about Evan Neal. We're not starting wide receiver talk just yet.
We already in there. We're talking about Wandale and neighbors. Let's talk about Hyatt and Bo Collins. No?
All right. Let's talk about Hyatt. I mean, he had one touchdown. I think what I saw, Hyatt has had one real catch so far in like the 11-on-11 stuff, and it was a touchdown.
This is attempts or just
no,
he's not getting looks.
He's gotten. Whenever I've seen like people breaking down, like I don't know, maybe he's had some more catches with Jameis, but again, I'm not at the camps, so everything I'm getting is from the reporting, from
NFL Network and stuff. Yeah.
So I've seen people breaking down as late as like late last week, maybe over the weekend. Charts like wide receivers with the most catches from each quarterback, and Hyatt, I saw, has one catch from, I think it was Dart. And it was a touchdown, one catch for a touchdown. But that's it.
Wow.
Now, I know he's dealing with a little bit of the hamstring that he suffered from minicamp.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if this is more about lack of opportunity, but it certainly has. Bo Collins has certainly stepped up and has been Dart's favorite over his teammate Wells from his time, obviously at Ole Miss.
That's interesting.
It's, Antoine Wells, something like that. Juice Wells.
Yeah, they call him Juice, but Antoine Wells. Yeah, that's it.
Antoine Wells. But yeah, so it's been, I don't know if it's been rough or he just hasn't really gotten the opportunity because of the hamstring. But Hyatt, no show.
I love what Art Stapleton was talking about. He was saying that Bo Collins probably had the best practice of everybody on the team today. Just fierce in the run blocking game, getting cheers from the sidelines, just working hard and hustling. I'm like, I'm sorry. I just got happy. I got giddy inside. I'm like, we need to hit us on the offense. We talk about the defense that we think has the potential to be elite, and we're not hearing anything positive anyways about the offense except the occasional Malik Neighbors or Slay one-handed catch, we're not hearing a whole lot about the offense at all. So to hear Bo Collins is out there hustling, and the entire team is boosting him up and appreciating this, we need it, man. Because I don't know if Hyatt is going to make it. We talked about it for the entire offseason. Is he going to be the guy that's going to hang out and fight for a spot in this thing and hang out here? Or is he going to be destined to get shipped off or cut when we go down to 53 from 90? I'm like, I don't know which one is going. I want him to have a chance. But I love hearing Bo Collins is out here hustling. I'm like, this, it may not mean a lot to most folks, but I mean, he's undrafted and he out here, he's working hard. I respect that, man. I love this. So I'm giddy about it, but that's just me though. But go ahead, brother. That's just where I'm at.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna disagree with the darn thing you said. I'm looking up right now. I'm trying to find stuff, more about his day today. I'm not seeing too much, so everything you're saying sounds good to me, man.
All right, man. Well, where were you going? You going to?
What Art was saying.
Yeah.
Here's back in the run game. Several times off silently explode with cheers in his direction. Great start to camp for the undrafted rookie wide receiver from Notre Dame. Is he?
Yeah, I got some other stuff too about the the whole Jimmy Morrissey comments. I'm like, oh boy. All right, man. Go ahead and play yourself out of a job. Keep on doing stuff like this.
Yeah, he's a big boy too. 6'3", 200. He's a big guy.
Honestly,
we need a big body. We need that big body.
Can I say this and you not slam me? Is it possible if I can say this? I'm concerned about JMS.
No, I'm not going to slam you for that.
I'm a little bit because I'm one of the main ones that wanted him in the draft.
Oh yeah, I know. I was high on him too. He was the number one center.
I said, yo, this is it. And I'm like, I'm not quite sure what's happening. I don't have any news in front of me, so I don't know if you see anything. By all means, please share it with us. But I don't know what's going on. So I look at the guys like Morrissey. I'm like, hey man, this is a prime opportunity right here. We need you. I don't know what Slotman's going to do. I'm not fully abreast. I've seen his work. I've seen him play in college a little bit, but I don't know a whole lot about him and how he's going to adjust in this, especially with significant starting time. So I'm looking at Morrissey like, hey, man, you're getting a chance here to come in because if JMS is going to drop this ball, somebody got to pick it up and hold it, not just for Dart, but for Wilson and Jameis, whoever's going to be starting. So I'm concerned, man, but I'm just throwing it out there. JMS has got me a little bit concerned, man. But we can move on to Evan Neal if you're ready, brother. But that's just
on the JMS talk. He's had some good and some bad. So far this camp, he's that viral clip of getting absolutely ragdolled.
Oh boy!
But a guy like him, like he's today from Jordan Renan. He did well in the screen game, getting out. Our friend Nick Filato was tweeting about how he, just the other day it was that he was, getting to the second level, blocking well in space. But yeah, no, he's been completely underwhelming. He's already 26. He was a little bit of an older prospect coming out. I mean, he wasn't as old as Bear Alexander, who we'll talk a bit about later. But he needs to do better because the interior of this offensive line needs to be better, which leads us to Evan Neal. Now, Neal has looked good. It is harder to say with some of the issues that we'll get into a bit with the defensive tackle situation. But Neal has looked good. He's had some struggles with outside zone, kind of moving out with some of these pull blocks that I saw people talking about, But overall, he's been good. I mean, he had some reps today against Abdul Carter where, he kind of took it in, was pushed back a bit, but was able to keep his hands, stayed in front of him. I mean, I saw a clip. He walked off, was waving to the crowd. People were literally cheering for him today, man. When's the last time Giants fans cheered for Evan Neal? This time last year, people were editing him in McDonald's, working at McDonald's. Like they were doing Photoshops of that. So he hasn't won the job yet. He's still primarily working with the twos. But if he can be a solid guard, what that would do for this offensive line moving forward.
I'm just wondering
I'm
the possibilities. It's like if he can be a tick above serviceable.
If he's a league
average
guard. If he is a league average guard.
Okay, here's my only question though. Here's my only point here. Because if that happens, the O-line is in my mind is should be vastly improved, barring health and that kind of stuff. But I guess what I'm trying to figure out, and maybe you can help me out with this, where's he going to be at on the line? The left side or the right side?
Seems they're working him in at both, but he is it looks like he's primarily competing for the right guard spot.
So him beating GVR out, honestly, it's gonna take a effort that we haven't seen yet for him to beat GVR out. That's why I was wondering what's happening on the left side, because John Runyon is over there, and honestly, I think there's an opportunity there for Evan Neal.
There's an opportunity on both sides, but one side is a 28, 29-year-old primarily pass blocking guard. The other is a 35, 36-year-old. And I think they want to keep him in on the right side so that way his footwork isn't that different that he would have to be working back into. That being said, he has worked in at both from all reports.
Okay. No, that's if he beats GVR out, which most folks would agree.
It's not like some Herculean task. It's not like he's trying to beat prime Zach Martin there, like.
No, it's not Herculean, but it's he's probably considered the most versatile and steady of everybody on the entire line, excluding Andrew Thomas. So if he beats him out, yeah,
Jermaine Illuminar is better. Yeah, I would definitely.
There's some issues with pass rush rating, so this one's just not. I'm not putting him down. I like Jermaine, but that's not.
Either way, here's an interesting idea for you, since we were talking about some of the struggles that JMS was having. GVR has experience at center in the NFL. Like, he can be moved around the offensive line there. What if JMS is struggling, GVR moves over to center, Neal slots in right there? Like, I don't hate that idea if JMS is really struggling, but
GVR can play every spot. I think that's one of the reasons why we brought him in here. I think he can play all five of them. I think it sounds like it's an improvement. Without any numbers to back it up, there's no stats to use here because it's all hypothetical. But sound like an improvement to me. I mean, anything. I mean, I'm still in the era of David Deal. I'm living in the past right now. I've been living in the past for a while, so I'm just being real about it. So if I see an old line that's slightly above average, I'm happy for this team. That does wonders for us, especially with the running game that we're getting ready to implement. I think any consistency from the O line and not letting our quarterbacks get dirty, I'll take it, man. I'll take it. I'll take whatever. So your idea sounds great to me. GVR can play. I think if not all four positions for sure. I know he can play. Let's do it. If JMS ain't got it, he ain't got it. I don't know what else he can do. I'm not sure if he has the versatility to play anywhere else on the line, but let's do whatever we got to do to make it better. So I'm with you, man. If Evan Neal shows himself to be a more than serviceable guard, man, the O-line is looking much better. Maybe we'll get out of the bottom of the rankings if we can make that happen. Well, depending on who's doing it.
This does kind of lead into a less exciting topic in that it is hard for us to really tell, like, is this seeming progress we've seen from Neal due to him just naturally being a better fit, like this is really translating? Or is it because so far in camp, if your name isn't Dexter Lawrence and you are a defensive tackle, you're not good? Even the rookie
Mm.
Darius Bear Alexander has not been doing well. None of these guys have looked good at all. Not Nacho, not Rocha. We got Roaches, we got Ledbetter, we got Alexander. Chapman is okay, but he's still undersized. Heck, they were using Elijah Chapman at fullback today, I think it was. None of these guys have looked particularly good, which has been the issue for the defensive line in terms of run blocking for years now. We have not been able to find a guy to put next to Dexter Lawrence since we traded Leonard Williams. We haven't been able to find that magic back. So an interesting idea that's been floated out there. It's bringing in Dex's best friend from college, Christian Wilkins, since he was released by the Raiders. I don't know if he'll be ready even by halfway through the season. Everything I've seen is like there's uncertainty when he'll play again, what he's going to prioritize. He's a weird locker room presence, apparently. But man, the idea of putting Christian Wilkins next to Dexter Lawrence with Carter, Tibbs, Burns on the outside. Oh boy, that 5-man rush would be quite literally might actually be the best in NFL history.
Best in NFL history
coming in. If you've got going from left to right here, Burns, Wilkins, Lawrence, Carter, Thibodeau, all in one-on-ones. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm sure I have a post on Twitter suggesting maybe we can look at bringing him in. I'm sure I have at least one.
99% sure you do. I think I saw it.
I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I don't care about the kissing the guys on the head thing. We can figure that stuff out. But having him on that line, I know that's a wealth of riches because I think the defense is going to be better than good, in my opinion. I'm not concerned about what you said about Alexander. Maybe we should be, but I'm not. I watched him play, so I know he got it. So I don't know what this is that we're seeing, but not ready to go into panic mode, not even a little bit. So we'll see. But if Wilkins can come in, that money part, they're gonna have to be creative with that. From what I remember about the contract that he had, so because they were gonna, I think they voted a good chunk of it out. I think is what happened. But
Chauncey
because
Goldston could be a guy maybe we slide inside for reps. Chauncey Goldston, guy we brought up for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Defensive end. I mean, he's not small. He's 6'5", 270.
Oh yeah.
Again, not truly a defensive tackle size, but he's a guy that maybe we slide inside, for certain reps. If Alexander, whoever is going to be that starting defensive, not starting maybe, but like the defensive tackle too. That's maybe an option there. Obviously, you're gonna have Carter coming in from different places, and kind of switching over here. Little segue. Dude, Carter's been so freaking good. Oh my God, he's looked so good. He looks so good, man. Oh
yeah. I'm open, man. I like Golston at linebacker only for a couple of reasons. One, because he just got this motor and he just got that no quit in him. And I like that because we haven't had that at linebacker in quite a while. I'm not saying he's the great white hoper. I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying that he has that and he's great at the inside out game. And we need that at linebacker. But if you got to move folks around and make it work, I mean, I'm open, man. They should be open too. I don't know when we're going to have a chance to get into it. I want to try to spend a little time on some predictions for that 53, for that cut to 53. I don't have any player names, but I just feel like the Giants are going to be watching this. I know all the teams are probably going to be doing that. I think the Giants are really going to be watching those cuts because I think that we can actually improve some stuff on the defense. Something that we're seeing right now. Some guys could be, well, they are playing for their job. But I really feel like they put themselves on the block. And there are guys that I know are predicted to get cut because of the money from the other teams. And like, if I ain't gonna say their names or anything, I'm saying, but if any of those guys get let loose, we better run after them quick. Go to their house and sit on their stoop and wait for them to come home. Got some opportunities.
To me, it's still a little early to be going in on the 53. I think
that's why I just share my point. We're gonna move on. That's why in our lineup. I just want to put that out there.
We need to be looking like Carter. Again, I want to focus on some more positive stuff.
Okay, what you got?
So, how I'm not gonna act like I'm gonna be positive, but I am gonna be throwing a little water on the fire here, as it were.
Okay.
With the whole Cam Skattebo situation, he has looked good.
Okay.
I love the 1-2 punch with him and Tracy. I think people have been going a little ballistic on just is he taking the RB1 from Tracy? I don't think we're quite there yet. But again, I've liked what I've seen from both of them so far. I like that 1-2 punch we got going on. And I think that's exactly what the Giants are hoping for. I think Dable wants that committee. He's never been a bell cow back guy. That wasn't what they had in Buffalo. He had that with Saquon, but I don't think he ever truly loved it. I think he wants to be able to throw in these different looks. And the fact that Skattebo has been as good in the receiving game as he has been in camp so far, I really like what that's going to do for the play calling. Because I don't think opposing defenses are going to be able to go like, oh, it's Tracy. Yeah, that's an outside run or a pass. Scat is in there. Watched up the gut, because he's not a threat in the receiving game. Like the fact that he has been as versatile as he has been, I've loved what I've seen so far. I just think we need to pump the brakes on is he RB1 right now.
I'm not ready to do all of that stuff. I kind of want to see. I feel like there was some good and bad excuses for Tracy's numbers at the end of the season. Some good reasons why they were what they were, but then there was some excuses like some of that stuff wasn't all just O-line. There was just some other things too. So he was culpable in a couple of areas too. It was a lot of O-line stuff as well, but not all O-line. So I kind of want to see him be kind of bust the myth that he can't be a 1,000-yard runner and he can't be, the number one guy. I want to see him do it. And I think this is a good year for him to show that. If he can't do that, well, I guess we're having a different conversation. And I don't mean anything about him trying to compete or be like Saquon. Those things are not anything that I'm thinking about. I'm just talking about as a Giants running back, the RB1. I want him to be at a place where he is touching, if not exceeding 1,000 yards. I think that's a good thing for the team overall if he can do that. Takes a lot of pressure off of the offense if he can do that. So I'm rooting for him in that regard. I love to see Skattebo have over 800 yards. I remember the days of Ahmad Bradshaw and Brandon Jacobs. Remember those days? Mm-hmm. They were times they were both over 800 yards, inching up on 900,000 yards, and the team was better because of it. That was one of the direct reasons why the team was better that they were on, because it took so much pressure off of the offense. So I'd love for Tracy to kind of get away from Skattebo in that regard and kind of be the established RB1, but if that was going to happen, I don't know. That's what I would like to see, though.
Well, Dable's never been a running game guy. Like, he wants to throw the ball. So I think it is very possible that, we're essentially getting RB1 production out of, combined from, like, I could easily see Tyrone Tracy having 800 rushing yards, add in a couple hundred receiving yards. Skattebo behind him has like 600 yards rushing. Add it, throw in a couple hundred receiving, and you've got like, nearly 2,000 all-purpose yards out of your running back, out of your running backs. So, like, I think that's like the dream for Dable and what, we have here. And I don't think that's a bad thing in today's game. Like, yeah, you'd love, this superstar, Tracy goes for 1,300 yards rushing, 500 receiving. Skattebo behind him has like 400 or 500, one on the ground, 1 to 2 through the air, something like that. But I don't see that happening. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Is he going to maintain that philosophy? I'm just wondering, is that the best thing for us? I know what you were used to in Buffalo, but now that we're here in this space, is that the route that we want to take? I mean, because in Buffalo, James Cook is like 1,100 yards. That didn't include his receiving yard. That's just his rushing yards. And then Ray Davis had almost 900 yards by himself. So over 2,000 all-purpose yards, not including receiving. So the Bills went far because of that. It wasn't all just Josh Allen. That part was significant. So is Dayball going to be throwing 80% of the time and winning 20%? What are we doing? So I
think he wants to have like a 65, 35, 70, 30 split.
That number's high to me.
It's the modern day. It's the modern game. Like, I think the Giants, it doesn't help that Russ is older and a lot of his theoretical mobility, that would be a part of the ground game. Like, the rushing ability of Josh Allen was something that was heavily utilized. It still is. But Russ isn't, a young buck anymore. He's 36 years old. One bad hit could end his season now. So I think there's going to be more of a throwing focus. Especially since I don't think they view Tracy or Skattebo as Saquon. Like, if you have a guy of Saquon's caliber, you're going to feed Saquon, which is what they did, especially since they, didn't have as much faith in Daniel Jones. But I think they do have faith in Russ's arm and his ability to lead the offense with an aerial attack, especially with having a Malik Neighbors on the outside. So I just don't see that being the case with Tracy or Skattebo, that they're going to be these 1,000-yard rushers. Yeah. I also need to see a better run blocking from the offensive line.
That would be helpful.
Not like, especially after Thomas went down, it's not like, we really had, too much going on in the ways of good blocking.
Yeah. And quick correction, Ray Davis had total of 600 yards, not 900. So my apologies on the error. But yeah, I guess we're going to see what else is on the docket for us. I know we almost up against it a little bit. What else we got?
I wanted to touch on today was the continued battle between Flott and Banks.
Oh, goodness. Look at that. Okay.
Seems like Banks is getting a little bit of an edge. I think they really split a lot more. Like, it seemed like they had actually been leaning a bit more on Flott for the first team reps. From what I'm hearing now, it is like almost dead even, 50-50. So it seems like Deonte Banks is, kind of gaining some ground there. Clips keep coming out, him in this tight coverage and refusing to turn his head, make a play on the ball, leading to what would probably be pass interference in the NFL. Well, not in the NFL, but in an actual game. So he needs to turn his head. That is quite literally what is separating him from being a good established boundary corner in the NFL right now. I don't have too much to add there. No real news is broken out.
We talked about this last week. That's why.
Yeah, and it's just the same darn thing. It is the same darn
thing. Here's my question, because we don't have enough knife skills to chop up this topic again for for another straight week. So Is there anything about Nick Jones' game that gives you the encouragement that, you know what, this guy has CB2 all over him, and maybe we can have some kind of hope, or Trey Hawkins? Because I am at the place where I'm concerned about Banks. I've been concerned, to be quite frank with you, but I'm really concerned about it to the point where I'm like, you know what? What else do we have? What else can we do? Are we looking at somebody get cut from a different team to bring him in here? What do we need to do? Because if he can't turn his head, do the simple things like this, running around, flailing his arms, hoping to knock a ball down, if that's where we're at, with a team that has what I believe is this much potential, just what else can we do? You don't like Nick Jones like that? You don't like Trey Hawkins? What else? What option do we have? You hate him? You don't like him?
That's the issue. We would need. I mean, Phillips has looked solid in the slot still. So we've got essentially 2/3 there with a Debo.
We blank on the left on the right side and say, can we try anything? Can we do anything?
I think Banks is still the best option. Like, I don't. The biggest issue is that I don't think he's bad. That's the most frustrating part. He isn't bad. He's top 5 in separation allowed. Like, he doesn't allow separation. He's athletic enough that he's able to keep up with these faster guys. The issue is he's just not able to make plays on the ball. That's why we brought in a guy like Skattebo, a guy like who's going to give up big plays, but will also get those picks. Like, it's just frustrating that this guy can't make this adjustment. And it's just frustrating. And I just don't know what more, we can ask of him. If he's going to want an extension, and if he's willing to sign for a very reasonable team-friendly amount, I think that is something worth considering. But at the same time, he needs to show it in the games. I don't think he's worth getting rid of. I think he's not a bad corner. I don't.
You telling me that we can't upgrade from him?
I'm not saying we can't upgrade, but what I am saying is that I don't think he's not some bottom tier corner by any means. He's not a liability in coverage. He's not. He stays with his guys. If he can just do this simple thing. Back the ball.
I know it's simple. You know it's simple, but for some reason he can't get it. And the Giants were probably one of the most penalized teams last year in the entire league. And I guarantee you, Banks had at least 10% of those penalties, man. We can't keep doing this. He's not getting. He won't turn around. What else can we do? What's the next move, man?
All right, here. I'm trying to find. I don't know if this is accurate, but hold on. I'm trying to find this list. Data by position penalty tracker. Here, let's see. DB corner. What the heck? Back. Deontay Banks only committed.
Here we go. All right.
5 penalties.
Only.
Okay. However, those 5 penalties added up to 111 yards. He was giving up an average of 6.53 penalty yards a game. The most was Joey Porter Jr. with 12 penalties.
I saw 7 of those myself live on TV. Oh, brother. Oh
Like,
man.
again, he needs to turn his head, because if he did, he'd be able to he'd have way more pass breakups, less big plays allowed, maybe even a few picks. But yeah, like
Something mentally is not right here. There's no way in the world the coaches are not talking to him about this. It's like you still can't do it. How many years are we talking about that we've been seeing this?
it was
How long has it been?
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years is a long time. Okay,
2023 season,
2
2024
years is a
season.
long time to not turn your head, man. 2 years is a long time to not turn your head around. 2 years, and the coaches are telling you this constantly. Why don't you want to upgrade? I'm ready for it at this point. Like, if you can't do that little thing, so I mean, I think I understand what's going on with you. I think I understand why you don't want him to go anywhere else. I think I get it now. Something you said last week. Now I remember this now. You think you're gonna go to another team and start doing it, and it's gonna tick you off.
Well, like, yeah, no, that is absolutely part of it. I mean, that seems to be happening to every Giant that leaves. And I'm not just saying that because of Saquon. Eric Flowers left, actually became a solid guard elsewhere. Guys like, who else? I mean, Eli Apple never really amounted to anything, but Kadarius Toney went on to win a Super Bowl when we traded him away, and was actually, he had a touchdown and the longest punt return in Super Bowl history.
I'm mute on that one.
JPP went out, won a Super Bowl with the Bucs, was solid with him. Odell, was never quite Odell here, but went out, got his ring, even though he got injured in that game. But he was a pivotal part of the Rams getting there. I'm just saying, and this isn't about me worrying about him leaving. It's about the fact that, again, with what we have on the roster, Cordell Flott, I think, is a solid rotational corner. I don't think he's a CB2. I don't want to move Phillips out of the slot. He was really good there last year. Could be a little better, but very solid, especially for a mid-round rookie. Then we get to guys like and then Hawkins, way too. I don't see that really ever happening. What's his name? Jones, who's kind of blown up this training camp again. Hawkins blew up. What was it, last year, 2 years ago? And I don't want. I don't think I need to really see it on the field, in the preseason, and I need to see it in the regular season before I'm being like, okay, we got some here. We got some here. I don't see that happening. And so Banks, again, who is one of the best in not allowing separation, I just don't think we're going to get anything better. I don't think we're going to be able to sign someone off the street that's going to be better. So I don't know, man. I think Banks is going to win the CB2 spot, and I think he's going to be fine. And I think at the end of the day, we are probably moving off of him by the time his contract is up. But I think for now, he's the best we got, and I think he's the best we're going to do.
Oh my God. That's the best we got. All right. Well, we're gonna watch it. We'll see. But that he's gonna be, man. Even if he's not on the other team's number one wide receiver, which is fine. I think I trust Debo more to do that. But all right, well, we'll see what happens. This opportunity there. Maybe he'll make some adjustments there. We'll see what happens. But the idea that we can't get anybody better, I'm like, I'm not ready to say that. But I don't know who's available. Who's gonna be available? Not now. I don't think anybody's available.
The NFL ain't the NBA where we're not getting Pat Surtain. We're not getting DJ Reed.
Are we saying Banks and Reed are in the same?
No, but what I'm saying is, like, you're saying we can do better. I'm asking who that better is. I just don't.
Yeah,
I just don't see anything coming available. Like that. That's my big issue. I think if we're going
better is a guy who's good at the fundamentals. That's better than what we have right now because he's not good at that.
But if a guy is like young and solid and fundamental, turns all this sort of stuff, what team is cutting him? What team is trading that guy? You know, so
It could
I
be
just don't
finance.
know.
It could be roster space. It happens.
Like, but again, but a
Okay,
guy like
well,
that isn't.
I'm not.
I
I'm
mean,
not. I'm
again,
not.
this
I'm not. I'm
isn't.
not, I'm not saying the guy's going to be. I don't know who's going to be there, but
Yeah,
I'm tired of the
but
lack
like,
of head turning. I'm sorry. This is not.
no. Like this is like kind of like, I guess I'm approaching this mentally very similar to the whole, like if you have a guy of Tua's caliber at quarterback, do you give him the money or just let him walk and hope, you find something better in the draft when, even though he isn't the best, would you like, it's still better to have him than not, sort of thing.
Okay.
So like my mindset is like, I don't know what we could get that is better than Deontay Banks. So I am perfectly content keeping Deontay Banks as the CB2 for now.
All righty. It is what it is. Anything else on the docket for us for today?
That's all I got for today.
Man.
I think our next week we're gonna hopefully have some updates about Neighbors. Hopefully an update or something about it where NG Thomas is at. He's still just on the pup list.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Wandale's
Yeah,
back
Wandale
healthy,
too.
and and after that it's starting looking we got to start looking at Buffalo. First
Yeah. And
preseason game.
DJ Davis is another cap casualty too, and he's really fighting for his job. So for him to be out for any stretch of time won't be good for him down the line. So we're watching all that stuff, man, plus some more training camp stuff, man. So I'm excited. The Giants they're looking really good. I love the energy. I think that's one of the things I'm just really excited about because I haven't seen that much is the energy and the rooting for each other and a little bit of the fight and the punch that I haven't seen in quite a while. I know it's just camp, but I'm hoping it carries over into the regular season because nobody's really giving us a chance to do anything. If you go on social media, especially in certain areas, certain platforms, I mean, people talking about for this and we're not going to win more than 3 games, same as last year, and we're going to be trying to get Arch Manning. I heard all types of stuff, and I'm sticking with my prediction. I'm not changing anything. I know that it's not popular. I know one person, a buddy of ours from the Revival, he agrees with my number, and he thinks it's possible. He's sticking with it as well. So he's in the 8 or 9 realm district like I am, and I'm not moving off of that. I'm gonna stay there until I can't stay there any longer. So we'll see, man. But any closing thoughts, man?
Nope. I think we covered pretty much everything. So
good times out here, man. Well, I appreciate you, man. This has been fun. Go ahead and shut this down. Thanks for watching Big Blue Lifers. I'm Mr. U. That's Jess. We love Big Blue. Hope you do too.